Right.
This book made me cry.
Good.
Me cry. And I was telling my husband, there's only one other book I've ever read that made me cry a lot. And yeah, I shed tears. So yeah, your writing is, it touches you. It touched me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that it gives people an invitation to look at their own lives, to think about their own lives, to think about writing poetry. And this is, I would think, I'd call it accessible poetry, reporter poetry. You understand it. You don't have to question what it means.
Right.
It's clear. And
it doesn't all rhyme.
It doesn't all rhyme. You don't have to rhyme. I think this is the kind of poetry that anybody can do, because anybody can write from their heart. Sometimes we have to get out of our heads and actually get into our hearts. And for many people, even though it's from here to here,
right,
it's a short distance, but it's a long way.
Oh, that's deep. Short distance, long way. So, no, it's true. It is deep.
Yeah.
So this book to me is about self-acceptance and self-love. So
Beautiful.
how
Thank
deep,
you.
Maria, does that go? Like, I came here with a broken nail. All right, and so I was like, oh my God, I literally thought yesterday, I'm like, I gotta run to the nail salon. But I was like, well, this book is about self-acceptance.
Yeah, but I didn't even notice it. See, all the things you think people are looking at and they're not. I'm looking at your eyes, I'm asking you about your life. I didn't even look at your nail, and you're focused on your nail. So I think we get focused on things that other people aren't focused on a lot of the time, but we have a running story in our mind. So we have to accept, I think, hopefully we can accept who we are and learn how to quiet our mind. I'm a big believer in learning how to take it down, make friends with your mind, because this isn't always your friend up here. And you know, people are rushing through their lives, they're raising kids, they're working, and so I understand that it's often hard to quiet the mind. But even if you get up 10, 15 minutes earlier in the morning, or you know, go in the bathroom and shut the door and just settle yourself, you can move out into the world from a different place.
Where does your self-acceptance and self-love go? Like how like I'm joking about my nail, but do you ever catch yourself, especially after going through this process with this book, like going, okay, Maria, let's accept your flaws?
Oh, I'm always in a battle. I think we all are. You know, I think it's not, you know, healing, accepting oneself isn't a one and done job.
I'm wearing Spanx.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not, but I would. If I had that suit on, I would. But
right?
I think it's, you know, I think it's being compassionate towards yourself, forgiving yourself, being kind to yourself is an ongoing job, right? Depending on what you're doing and what you're up against and what your mind is telling you on any given day. So I think that the journey to living your one wild and authentic life is just staying at it, reminding yourself that you're a good person, that you're, you know, that you're a child of God, that you have divinity within you, that you're here to live your life, that you're a good person, that tomorrow is a better day. And that you have to remind yourself of a lot, or at least I have had to remind myself a lot.
Would you have come here with a broken nail?
Of course I would have.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Okay.
Not a blue one. No.
I know, it stands out. It stands out.
I didn't even notice it.
Well,
see, I think
whatever.
This is very self-assured that you can come with a broken...
I was on the edge.
Your
book helped me come here with a broken nail. I'm serious.
Oh, my God. Oh,
yeah.
Really?
I'm not kidding.
Oh,
and I was like, I'm going to put a Band-Aid on. No, you're not. You're not going to put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah, you're just going to be yourself.
Right.
That means that would tell me that you have a sense of humor, that you're freer than maybe you think you are, that you're an original, that you're cool with it. You're cool with a broken nail and one
Shriver.
like clear nail with everything else is blue. You have blue nails. Look at you, have blue nails here. You have shoes with studs on them. Like, I'm not worried about you. You're fine.
I'm work in progress, just like everybody else.
Aren't we all? You have a tattoo?
I do.
Oh my God.
Well, I got this tattoo. It says, can you read it?
No.
It's cursive. I love myself. Because I always forget. So I'm like, if I get a tattoo, maybe I'll remember to love myself. So I'm still forgetting.
It's an inside job, right?
Right.
I mean, loving yourself, forgiving yourself, being kind to yourself, gentle with yourself, and also motivating yourself. We're asked to do a lot with our lives, right? You're asked to show up every day, to be a wife. You said you're talking about your husband. You're surviving at a network job, right? It's a lot. So it's understandable that you would forget to be kind to yourself or loving to yourself.
You're so validating. You're like part-time therapist. Seriously, when it comes to personal growth, especially obviously you've done a lot of growth here, is there anything that you were scared to do before that now you're courageous? Like, would you walk around naked now?
No.
Because you're,
no.
I mean, you're naked in this book emotionally.
Yes, I'm emotionally naked. That's true. And that's I'm out of my comfort zone that way. And I feel good about, my life. I feel like I did therapy. I worked hard at it. I sought out all kinds of counseling. I took responsibility. I looked within, picked myself up, and moved forward. And that's all I think you can expect of yourself. The work I do is meaningful. I understand that I can tap into different parts of myself, which I think is the goal of everybody. We're not just one thing. You're not just a reporter, right? That's not, people may look at you and think, oh, 100 different things, but who you are on the inside is what's interesting to me. And I think we're all a multitude of things, and it's an ongoing process.
And that's really what your book, to me, is another thing. Is that you're more than just a label. Than just,
well, God willing.
Your family, your career, your kids.
Yes, it's who you are.
Right.
Who are you? Separate from who you're married to, separate from the job you're doing, separate from the place you live. If all that went away, who are you? And I think that happens in our life where we want to ask that question of ourselves. I know 30-year-olds asking that question, 40-year-olds asking that question, people wondering, who am I separate from this job? What if this job goes away? What's left of me and for me? If this marriage goes away, where do I stand? Will anybody still talk to me? What will my life be like? I think all of these things are questions that we have in our minds about ourselves, about our worth. And they're not just asked at midlife, they're asked in teenage life, they're asked in college, they're asked in that job, they're asked when you're fired, they're asked when you get divorced, they're asked when your parents die, all of these things. And I don't think we do a good job of equipping young people to be able to answer these questions or even know that they're coming.
What's your guilty pleasure?
Cookies.
That was
I'm
a quick
cookie free, cracker
Which kind?
free. What else do I eat, Joey? What? Yes,
Bolts?
I don't say I eat things that I tell people not to eat.
Like what? What's your
because
best
I
cookie?
talk about a brain healthy diet, and I talk about not eating things with sugar.
Oh my
and
God,
I talk
oatmeal
about
raisin.
not snacking, and I talk about these things as important for your brain health. So
But
I
then
don't want
Maria's
to
over here chomping down on some chocolate chip cookies.
I'm chomping. I gave up chips and guac for Lent, so that's good. I gave up
It's almost
licorice
over.
one time for Lent. That was good. And, I'm trying to be...
We still have to live.
Yes, we still have to live.
I think it's
That's
okay
right.
to have a damn cookie.
Yes, I do.
But as
and
long as
ice
you
cream.
enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, no, I enjoy it.
We don't feel guilty. Like, I shouldn't be eating this. Like, we need
Well, I don't feel guilty when I'm eating it. I feel guilty when I go back to my room and I'm like, ugh, why did I do that?
What do you do in Miami that you don't do anywhere else?
Visit my brother and his family because they live here.
What do you guys do when you visit?
Well, I hope he's taking me out to dinner. That's what
Somewhere
I hope.
good.
He's taking me out to dinner. And I don't spend a lot of time in Miami. I don't, come here a lot. I would come to see them, really, or come to this beautiful book,
Your tour.
tour, or come to the support a book, independent bookstore, which I'm a big believer in.
The humidity is not good for our hair.
It's not good.
just-
I don't care about that. It's good for your skin.
That's true.
It's all a trade-off.
Are you open to dating?
Yeah, I'm open to anything that life throws my way. I like my life now. I feel like I've kind of finally got the pieces organized. My kids are in a good place. My friends are in a good place. My work is in a really good place. I'm in a good place. And if someone awesome wants to walk into that space.
But I read part in your book that I'm paraphrasing. It's not like you need to be in a relationship. A lot of people think, oh, you can't be happy if you're not with somebody.
I'm happy.
Right?
I'm happy.
Okay.
And that took me a long time, and I feel really content. I feel blessed and grateful for my life. And, being single doesn't stop me from doing anything.
Is there anything we don't know about you? Is there?
Not now. No, I don't think
I got
so.
all the secrets
I'm
right
sure,
here.
you know, there's always, Maya Angelou writes about guarding, you know, sharing just enough, but not everything. So there's obviously a lot that
Yeah,
I
you
keep
withheld.
to myself.
It was nice. Yeah.
And it's not that I withhold, but I think we all want to guard our privacy, especially in a time when everybody wants to know everything. But I shared what I thought would help other people on their journey. I shared what I know millions of people are experiencing. It's not just my experience. And I can tell by the response to the book that men, women, young people, old people, this resonates with them. And this is a life experience. And I'm really hopeful that people will begin to share their shame, share their trauma, share their insecurities. And when you share it, you shed it.
It's true.
You shed it. And then you're able to live more grounded, more peaceful, more calm, and more in your body.
Okay, finally, I have to. I work for.
I don't know.
No, I'm not. I'm not asking that. I'm not
okay.
asking that. But you're in the right category. Okay, so your son, I know, your son, White Lotus Star. You must be so proud. As a mother, I'm a mother, so proud. Right. Do you watch like this?
No, I watch eyes wide open.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I don't know what's going to happen to him, but I watch with my eyes wide open, but my eyes aren't great, so I do miss things.
That's a good thing for those nude scenes.
Yeah, and in the Sam Rockwell scene, I was like, what did he say? What did he say? Oh my God.
He's an actor.
I know. He's an actor.
Yeah.
I'm proud for him, happy for Patrick.
You did good, Mom.
Yeah, thank you.
For all four of them.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.